Today, on Be Something Wonderful, it's not linear. Make it a memory and it appears fast. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and these are the studios of Be Something Wonderful, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, good morning and welcome back to the studios of Be Something Wonderful. One of you reached out to share how you and your friend manifested your dream homes on the ocean by making it a memory. Really powerful. In an email titled Miracles Do Happen, It's Non-Linear, that was in your subject line, this is what this particular subscriber and creator said. I had a hard time really understanding how to build belief in the end in wish fulfilled. But when I watched your Star Trek reference, It's Not Linear, something finally clicked. He's referring to a few videos now where we've talked about this Star Trek episode, Deep Space Nine Emissary. It's not linear. And there's even a YouTube video, I think it's about 3 to 5 minutes long, entitled Deep Space Nine, It's Not Linear. If you Google that, you will and watch that. It's a masterclass in manifesting anything. Understanding that nothing is linear. That when you remember something, you're creating that memory now. That's a reality here and now. So this is powerful. And if you remember in the Deep Space Nine episode, Emissary, it's about Commander Sisko being assigned to a new starship, where on a previous starship, a previous ship that he was commanding, his wife died under a Borg attack. And he keeps remembering that. And in his new mission, he goes through a wormhole and he encounters these light beings. You could think of the light beings as your higher self, your I am awareness, that Christ consciousness, the light, the awareness of who you really are. And under the influence of this awareness, he's brought back to that memory, to that day on the ship where his wife died under Borg attack, but also all other kinds of memories of how he met his wife and how he fell in love and all of that, and his son and all of that. But yet, he kept getting brought back to the memory where his wife died, this memory that he didn't want to have, that he was resisting, right? During this time, he's telling the light about the benefits and the power of linear existence in linear time. And as he keeps getting brought back to the ship, he gets angry. He says, why do you keep bringing me back here? And if you remember, they say, we do not bring you here. You exist here. You bring us here. You exist here. In other words, you exist in all memories, here and now. He's trying to tell them that the memories are in the past and that it's no longer existence. It no longer exists. His wife, who died, is no longer in his existence, in his world. But yet they're teaching him that nothing is linear. And he finally understands that, yeah, it's not linear. He breaks down saying, yeah, it's not linear. I exist here, right? So he realizes that he never left the ship. He says, I never left the ship. So we're going to talk about this today because it's really powerful. That scene moved this particular subscriber to this idea, yeah, it's not linear. It's non-linear. This means if I remember of manifesting that dream home, of already being in it, then that's reality. And that's what happened. This is how he and his friend manifested their big dream of owning homes on the Adriatic coast by making it a memory. Wow. He had been talking to his friend about our channel and message. And this is what he said about his friend. He is quite rational, and I would dare say rigorously scientifically minded, as I was. In other words, I'm no longer that. I'm not that version of me who was questioning everything, who was not believing in miracles, not believing that all possibilities exist here and now. As I was, right? This is big. And this is what he says about him and his friend. One day, looking at the sunset on the coast, talking about our wishes of owning our own dream houses on the Adriatic coast, we gave it a go. Wow. We started talking to each other, I love this, as if these houses were a memory, and started to really believe it. It was always so. Starting to really believe that it was always so. Do you see it? Now there's no struggle to believe anything. We believe our memories. A memory is simply a mental image, an imaginal image that appears to have already happened in the past. So you don't have to build belief because it was always so. It's not linear. It is happening, and you are creating and manifesting it right now. So stop trying to imagine the end in wish fulfilled as a future event. That he stopped trying to do that. Imagine that dream home on the coast, that wish fulfilled as a future event that required him to build belief. And he just simply made it a memory now. Wow. Do you see the difference? Instead of trying to imagine as some future event where he has to build belief that he's in that end, he simply made it a memory as he talked to his friend here and now. Wow, that's powerful. And he says this, and would you believe it? Not sometime after, both of us are in our dream houses on the coast, visiting each other and enjoying life. He didn't give any other details, but they were irrelevant. Right? No other details are relevant to this. It doesn't matter. I know that linear, horizontal mind, right? That physically focused you is going, what about the details? He didn't give them. Maybe he will, maybe he won't, but they don't matter. In Deep Space Nine, that episode, Emissary, it's not linear, Commander Sisko explains the meaning of having a linear existence, or he's trying to explain that to the light beings, right? Who only know now, who only know existence. And the linear creation is Sisko's creation, is our creation. Your awareness only knows fulfillment, it only knows now, it only knows love. So he's explaining this, and the idea that a human, this is what he says to him, he goes, some would say, is ultimately the sum of his experiences. In other words, his memories or events from my past, like this one, that happened before now. This is what Sisko's saying. That ultimately humans were the sum of our experiences, memories, events, this is what he's saying, from my past, like this one. Things that happened before. Because remember, the light beings, he's talking with the light beings, but they're taking the forms of people in his life from the past. Right? So he's being shown his past. But the light is explaining to him that what comes before now is no different than what is now or what is to come. It's one's existence. It's one existence. It's one's existence. It's not linear. I exist now. Here and now is all that is. So here's the big wow here. Whether you are remembering it as a past memory or imagining it as a future wish fulfilled, you exist here and now. It all exists here and now. There's no difference. Wow. Powerful. The light beings, shows images or memories of his wife Jennifer, who died on the ship under Borg attack. And not just being brought back to that day that his wife died, but when he met his wife, when they fell in love, when they talked about having children, all of that. And they take the form, one of the light beings take the form of Jennifer, his wife, while he's talking to him, while he's in these memories. He's having this conversation. Jennifer, she is part of your existence. This is what the light says to them, says to Cisco. Cisco responds, she is part of my past, a memory, an image now, in other words. She's no longer alive, he says. The light, of course, really doubling down here, but she is part of your existence. In other words, she exists now. It's not linear. Cisco doubling down on his arguing for his limitations. She was. She was. In other words, she no longer is a most important part of my existence. But I lost her some time ago. The idea of loss, which is inconceivable to all that is and all that you are, that awareness of being the light. There is no loss. This day, this park, it was almost 15 years ago. Far in the past, he says. It was a day, an important day, that shaped every day that followed. This is him arguing for linear time. That the past shapes the present and the future. That it's source and cause of your present and your future. He says that is the essence of linear existence. Each day affects the next. But it doesn't. They're all created here and now in this moment. It's all new. It's a clean slate. There's only now. The past is not source or cause of anything. That's the illusion. Cause equals effect. You're one right now with everything. You exist in all possible images or memories or realities or versions of you here and now. You're not defined by any one of those. And each one of those are independent of the other. It's all one reality. But your cause, your source. The past is not source or cause of anything. This is powerful. Because there is no past. There is no future. There's only now. Those are ideas. The light shows Cisco that it's not linear. Existence, I am, all that is. That he exists in all memories, all images, all possible identities, all realities here and now. And where you choose to live and dwell here and now creates your entire life experience. You exist in all possibilities. But where you choose to live, where you choose to dwell, is your choice. And that creates your entire life experience, past, present, and future, right now. So the light wasn't bringing Cisco back to that day on the ship. The light said to him, you bring us here. You exist here. It's not linear. He was really angry, saying, well, bring me anywhere. Give me the power to bring you somewhere else. And they said, well, they don't give you that power. We cannot give you what you deny yourself, Commander. Look within. It's your power. Cisco being brought back to the ship in the day his wife died. I don't want to be here, he says, but it's not the light that's bringing him there. It's his choice to believe that he still exists in that memory and that he must dwell there, but he can choose anything. The light, but this is your existence, they tell him. You exist here. You don't bring us here. We don't bring you here. You bring us here. You exist here. So this is where Cisco finally breaks down and understands, I exist here. It's not linear after all. That if that was something that happened and was behind him, he wouldn't still be living there on the ship and remembering it. Do you see it? And calling and creating that idea of who he is right now, it doesn't define who he is. So this is where he integrates all of it. Understanding that he exists in all possibilities, all memories, all images, but where he dwells, where he lives, he gets to choose now. That not one image, reality, or identity defines him. That he is greater than all of it. Wow. It's not about holding on to only the good memories and then ignoring or trying to get rid of what you call the bad ones or negative ones. Holding on to positive ones, trying to get rid of negative ones. It's about integrating all of it now. Knowing that all possibilities exist. Looking at it from the healed or whole you. The total you as all that is. That you're greater than any image or memory or experience. That you are not the sum of your experiences or memories. You are greater than all of it. Wow. You're not apart from it, but you're greater than all of it. You're one with all of it. You are that one, all that is. Wow. What this subscriber and his friend did, knowing it's not linear, they remembered their wish fulfilled now. Wow. You are greater than, I and the Father are one. The Father is greater than I am. In other words, all of those images and possibilities exist within you, but at the same time, you're greater than all of them. They remembered their wish fulfilled now. They talked themselves into their dream life. Here's and now by making it a memory. How fast? This is what A Course in Miracles says. You are so long accustomed to believe that memory holds only what is past, that it's hard for you to realize it's a skill, a power that can remember now. They remembered now. And he adds at the end, for me, it was easier when someone else talked to me as if my imagined reality is real. And all I can say is, it truly is nonlinear. Wow. They're now living in their dream homes on the ocean, on the Adriatic Sea, talking every day, sharing it as neighbors. It's not linear. Make it a memory, and it appears fast. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and these are the studios of Be Something Wonderful, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, thank you. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for sharing and liking and commenting on our videos. Be sure to check out the Tom Kearin channel. We have another big video there, and we have our live event this month, which we're going to be reminding you of on the community boards on the channels. So stay tuned, a lot more coming. With great love, with great light, and infinite gratitude, this is Tom Kearin here in the studios of Be Something Wonderful. Until next time, we'll see you soon.